Hi, I'm Dr. Duc Vuong, world's #1 weight loss surgeon, author of 13 books with 2 more on the way. We're going to create a series for you of obesity and money. I want to talk about the obesity and money connection, yo. It became very clear to me that just giving you guys recipes, telling you where to shop was not enough. Calorie counting was not enough. Telling you how to get rid of your negative friends is not enough. Why? Because you guys would always say, even if I gave you the perfect recipe, right? Somebody would say, oh, I'm on a fixed income. I can't afford all those fancy fruits and vegetables that you have. I'm like, an apple? You can't afford an apple, right? And so I realized that I could give you the perfect information, but if we don't start addressing the money stuff, you guys are always going to struggle, right? So we're going to do a whole 4-part series on obesity and money. Super important. I'm so excited that you're watching, right? We got to get our money straight. Now, I'll give you another example. If I say, you got to get rid of your negative friends. Well, Dr. Vuong, well, who would I hang out with? They all like to hang out at buffets and that sort of stuff. And they go to fast food. And I got 4 kids. And how am I supposed to, I'm on a fixed income. How am I supposed to afford all this stuff? Dude, it's a money issue. Trust me. So why should you take money advice from me? Now listen, I'm not a financial advisor. So I guess technically you shouldn't be taking financial advice from me, but I'm going to tell you why should you listen to me? Dr. V, why should I listen to you about money? You're a surgeon. Well, a lot of you guys don't know, but I wasn't born in the United States. I'm an American citizen now, but I'm actually one of the Vietnamese boat people with my dad. So my dad and I left Vietnam in the middle of the night, and we ended up in a refugee camp in Thailand for 6 months. And then we got sponsored to come to the United States. And when we got to the United States, my dad was 36 years old. I was turning 6. We didn't know anybody, couldn't speak the language, had no resources. And then 16 short years later, at the age of 52, my dad retired independently wealthy. Okay? So we went from nothing to living a very comfortable life in 16 short years, which, if you to ask me, is the American dream. Am I right? Y'all agree with me? Comment if you agree. That's the American dream. And we had to escape a communist country to get here. Now, most of you guys watching already live here. You were born in the United States. If you're watching from London or Australia, you live in a Western democratic society that based on capitalism, right? So you have that same opportunity. You didn't have to escape to get to Australia or to England, which were the other 2 popular countries that the Vietnamese refugees were going to. I just ended up in the United States. So, but Dr. Vuong, some people are saying, Dr. Vuong, it's lucky, it's easy for you. You're a surgeon. Well, I got news for you. Once I started my practice in 2005, I was realizing it's just not working out right, man. I just could barely make the bills. It costs, a lot of people don't realize, it costs $25,000 a month to run a surgery practice of one surgeon, just one surgeon. That's before paying me. So I never got paid being a surgeon, trying to be in private practice. But then in 2008, Hurricane Ike came through, destroyed my community, destroyed my house, my rental properties, and I basically lost everything. I have $4 million in debt. I had to declare bankruptcy. I had to close down my practice. And eventually I had to move to a little town in Illinois just to take a job so that I could get back on my feet. And eventually it cost me my family too. If you own my book, Ultimate Gastric Sleep Success, I talk about Kizzy's rule. And ultimately Kizzy's mom and I ended up breaking up over when I left town. So guess how old I was when I left town? I had to start over with nothing. I was 36, just like my dad. Guess how old Kizzy was when I left her? She was 5, going on 6, just like I was. And this is one of the life lessons that you're going to learn in this series. You are doomed to repeat lessons until you learn them, right? I think the universe, God, Yahweh, energy, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call it, needed me to learn this lesson to reinforce it, what my dad had to learn. And I see what's happening. And so I lost everything at the age of 36. But in 9 short years, at the age of 45, I retired from surgery. Now, some of you guys are thinking, well, man, you must be balling. You must have made so much money in surgery. No, I'm telling you, most of your doctors are broke. Most of your doctors are living paycheck to paycheck. I promise you they are. And I was comfortable being a surgeon, but that's not how I got to retire. Most surgeons can't retire because they have too many bills, too many ex-wives, too many kids, too many private schools to pay for. And so they're not very happy. But I walked away from it because I learned a lot of these skills, how to write books, create websites, online courses, and I worked nonstop for 9 years. And eventually I was able to walk away, live off my passive income. And that's all the sort of stuff I'm going to teach you in this series, okay? So you want to set your calendars, make sure you're watching these videos when they come out, right? So today I'm going to just give you an overview of what we're going to talk about, hopefully get you really, really excited about the upcoming videos, all right? The first thing I'm going to teach you is this. And this is what we'll talk about next week. So this is just an overview. Everything. Now, if you're taking notes, underline the word everything. Everything, not most things, not some things. Everything has a price tag. I don't understand why people get so bent out of shape when we start talking about money. This is a truth of the world we live on. So Grant Cardone says it like this: we live on an economic planet. Everything that you have, you own, or you want. So you have, own, or want. What had to happen for you to have it? There was a money exchange. Amen? Somewhere along the line of you coming into possession of everything you got in your life, there was a money exchange somewhere. Okay? This includes food. Well, obviously, we're talking about obesity, right? Food. And I don't care. I don't care if you paid for junk food, fast food, high-end food. I got fat, Dr. Vuong, because I eat out too much. I eat at too many fancy restaurants. My husband's too good of a cook. We were always eating prime rib. Good for you. There was still money exchanged. Dr. Vuong, I got overweight because I live on a fixed income, fixed budget, Medicaid, Medicare, and I can only afford fast food, junk food. You still had to pay for that food. You get me? There was an exchange. So everything you own, all your possessions, your shitty car that you drive that keeps breaking down, all your possessions, your leaky roof, your small apartment, your big-ass mansion, there had to be a money exchange. Y'all get it. I don't want to beat this to death. But then also your health. Now, because of how you decide to spend your money, you have health consequences. Amen? So you back it up. Hey, man, you spent your money on a bunch of junk food. Now you have junky health. There was an exchange. All right? No, Dr. Vuong, I'm lucky. I live on Social Security. I have Medicare. This irritates me. When someone goes, no, I was very lucky. Medicaid paid for my surgery. Medicaid paid for my weight loss surgery. Medicaid paid for my tummy tuck. Dude, there's a money exchange here. You understand? Somebody paid for this, right? This is what we call taxes. It's not free. Your surgery was not free if you went through Medicaid. It was free to you in terms of you didn't come out of pocket, but somebody did. I did. A lot of the people watching did. I mean, you get taxed even if you live in a country like England or Australia that has socialized medicine. You guys are taxed for that. No, Dr. Vuong, I have insurance. No, Dr. Vuong, I have private insurance. Well, you understand that your private insurance, what happens there? Your employer takes it out. Your employer takes it out of your paycheck. You never see it, right? So you think your insurance is provided for free from your job, but it's not. They pay for a portion of it. You also pay for a portion of it, okay? So this is some of the stuff that we're going to talk about. Then this is next week. Next week we're going to talk about it, how everything has a price tag, because I got to break this down to y'all. You got to understand why this is important, because if you if you get hung up on certain things, you're just gonna really, really suffer, right? For a long time. And we're doomed. We're coming to an economic crash. We are on an economic boom for the last 11 years that we've never really seen in the history of economics. Most economic cycles go in 8 to 9 year increments. So we're overdue. So if you're hurting now, if you're barely getting by now, you're going to be hurting here in the next, and no, I can't predict it, but most people say in the next 6 to 18 months, you know. Okay, so this is going to be next week. Now, the week after that, so this is going to be week 2, week 1. Week 2, we're going to talk about false money beliefs. False money beliefs. And this one is going to make a lot of people angry. This is where I find a lot of resistance. Okay? Even in my own personal life. My girlfriend's family, just the friends I used to hang out with. I still have friends back in Houston who have a lot of false money beliefs. And if you want to change your life, get your life to a different level, you cannot hold on to these false money beliefs, all right? So real quick, let me talk about a few of these false money beliefs, right? In fact, better than that, why don't you comment? What are some false money beliefs that you've heard growing up, that you think about, that you know about, and I'll come back and respond, right? So I'll give you a false money belief, and this one is very, very common. Money is what? The what? Root? What? Root of all evil. Comment if you've heard this one before. Money is the root of all evil. That's false. That's not even right. And they're like, no, Dr. Vuong, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. No, what's in the Bible is the love of money is the root of all evil. I'm not talking about love of money. I'm just trying to tell you that money is important. Right? The love of money. Have you heard this one before? The true statement is the love of money is the root of all evil, but we've twisted it to say, no, money is the root of all evil. It's in the Bible, and people perpetuate this in church and organizations, but it's completely false. You got to get rid of it, right? Another one we're going to touch on. Money, what? Won't make you what? You know it. People say this all the time. Money won't make you happy. Well, bitch, I never said it would. It won't make you happy long term, but it will make you happy short term. If you ever stayed at a Four Seasons resort, if you ever, the second you upgrade to leather in your car, you'll never go back to cloth seats. That's a money issue. Once you go to like a nice restaurant, enough nice restaurants, enough times, you're going to be like, dude, I just don't want to go to McDonald's. Right? So, money won't make you happy. That's true. Not long term. Not chasing money as an end to itself. Right? But you need it. You need money. Everything in your life you had to pay for. You cannot go to a grocery store and say, you're checking out at the grocery store. And they're like, well, that'll be $120. You can't go, yeah, but I'm a nice guy. They're like, good. Give me your money. I still need the money. No, but you don't get it. I'm really spiritual. Okay. Good for you and your God. But give me my money. I need the cash. Otherwise, they're going to call the security guard to arrest you for shoplifting. But the people you guys hang out with, they want to downplay money. Like somehow it's unspiritual or unholy. Like, dude, everything you own. So what I want you to do is whoever irritates you the most about money, because you're going to get into a fight with them over this, right? Say, mom, dad, sister, Annie, everything in your life you had to have money. Somebody gave money. Dude, my college education was a lot of money. Dr. Vuong, easy for you. You're a surgeon. I had to exchange a lot of money to become a surgeon. And I got lucky because a lot of it was scholarships because I tested out. But even then, somebody had to make money to give me the scholarship. Does that make sense? So people say things like rich people are evil. Have you heard that false belief? Dude, no, not true. No, I find the rich people are the nicest people. Who gives the most at church? Rich people. Who donates the most money to charity? Rich people. Who do you want to go to dinner with? The rich family member. Whose cabin do you want to go to? The rich uncle who has the nice cabin. Right? Makes sense? And they share, man. The more I hang out with rich, and I didn't grow up with money, remember? I'm an Asian immigrant. I grew up very, very poor. And I understood, I saw the world from a very poor mindset. I mean, where things were limited, you know? So I get it. I get it if you're not there. But the more I started hanging out with people who are more successful, I realized, dude, what I learned growing up, not true. These people are generous. They like to share. They like to give, right? Right? But they do that to people they find value in. And we talked about that in another video. Okay. I'll be right back with 2 more. Week 3. Let's talk about week 3. This is probably the one that you are really waiting for, right? Week 3, we're going to talk about how to change your finances. Whoa, hey, Dr. Vuong, that's pretty high promise. You don't get it, Dr. Vuong. I live in this little town. I grew up poor. Yeah, me too. I grew up really, really poor. I had nothing coming to the United States. Yeah, we ended up in a little town in East Texas. I get it. Yeah, I know. Dr. Vuong, I'm on a fixed income. We're all on a fixed income. You get that, right? Comment if that was like a big aha for some of y'all. People said, have you seen people post that? I'm on a fixed income. No, we're all on a fixed income. By that I mean your job. If your job is paying you $14 an hour, you're on a fixed income. And you work 40 hours a week, you're on a fixed income. Right? So those are some of the confusing terms people use that I want to get away from. A surgeon is on a fixed income. Trust me on that. Doctors are on a fixed income. Any employee is on a fixed income. Right? So we're all on a fixed income. So we have to change your finances, right? How to. And I want week 3, I want to focus on the how to. How to, right? So this is going to dive into personal development. And if you guys have followed Dr. V for a long time, you know I talk a lot about personal development. And some of you guys aren't going to like it, but this is how I did it. How I went from $4 million in debt, 9 years later, retired, right? Work if I want to. You know, it was, today I did a Facebook Live. Ben White came over, took my daughter to the park while I did my Lunch and Learn Facebook Live. And then after that, I went out and took them out to lunch, came home. You know, my girlfriend was working. I watched the baby. You know, I wake up whenever I want to wake up, which is still very early, but I go sleep when I want to go to sleep. I do what I want to do on the weekends. And believe it or not, I create a lot of content for you guys. I create it, and it's not just to be a social media influencer. It's to change how we talk about obesity in this country. And we're going to start with weight loss surgery because most of my followers are weight loss surgery, but everything I'm going to teach you can apply to people all over the world. You don't have to be a weight loss surgery patient, right? So right now, just tag someone share this with somebody who needs to hear all this message, right? So I'm going to tell you exactly what to do in terms of personal development, what to read, how I got started, who to follow. Is that valuable to you? And it's not fucking Susie Orman. It's not Jim Cramer. It's not the other dude who tells you to get out of debt. We're going to talk about real stuff. It's not even, I got to meet Stephen Bach, B-A-C-H. I think his first name's Stephen. Richard Bach. He's the latte factor guy. Basically, he came up with this idea: if you just didn't spend your money on Starbucks and fancy lattes, you could compound it and have so much money when you retire. I know him. I'm not going to teach you his material, because his material, it's for the masses. But who are the masses? Who's the average person? Average means what these days? Paycheck to paycheck. 70% overweight. 70% of Americans overweight. 30% of Americans are obese. 72% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. 72%. This is average. These are the masses. This is everyone you hang out with. This is who you get information from. And when you listen to people like Susie Orman, Dave Ramsey, that's the other guy, they are trying to appeal to the masses. Right? They're trying to sell books and courses and stuff. Trust me, Dave Ramsey, you got to buy into his courses. Right? And I'm going to do that for you too. Except the difference is my courses work. Now, their stuff is fine. They're probably more qualified to talk about it. They do it all the time. But we want significant change. That's what I'm after, right? Okay? My point with this was you can't listen to them. Like, don't take advice from them. Now, conventional wisdom says if you just do the opposite of what everyone else is doing, you're going to be successful. I heard that when I was like 25 years old. I didn't really understand it. But it's true. If you will do the opposite of what the masses are doing, you're going to be successful. Don't watch Game of Thrones. Don't watch football all day long on Sunday. Don't gossip all the time. Don't show up to work on time and leave at 5. Right? Successful people show up early and stay late. Successful people read books. They don't watch television. Right? But the average American only reads 1 book a year. And most of it's a romance novel. Right? But successful people read about a book a week. 50 books a year. All the top CEOs read about 50 books a year. They polled them. Okay? So these are some of the things I want to tell you, like how to change your finances, how to change your future. These are things I want to tell you. And I'm specifically going to tell you specific books and stuff. Sound cool? I'll be right back with the next step. Okay. Lastly, the 4th week, we're going to talk about opportunities you can do. These are exactly what I did. Okay? I'm telling you, I'm going to talk about how to Shopify store, Amazon, affiliates. A lot of people don't realize. You realize I make these t-shirts, right? I design these t-shirts. I upload them to a company, connects to my Shopify store. You guys click and order it, and they ship it to you. Sometimes I'll get messages from people, and they're like, Dr. Vuong, I ordered a t-shirt, but I never got it. Well, I don't have a garage full of t-shirts, guys. This is not like your daddy's technology. You don't have to do any of that stuff anymore. There is no inventory required, right? So it's all done on the interwebs, man. It's the magic of the interwebs, right? If you can post on Facebook. So So just write FB, Facebook. If you know how to post on Facebook. Because if you put FB on the comment section, then you can start your own t-shirt company, your own Shopify store. You can become an Amazon affiliate. You can do all sorts of stuff from home at night when you're not watching Game of Thrones, right? This is how your life starts to change. You have to get in passive income. And even if, Dr. Vuong, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Dude, even if it doesn't work, you have a new skill. Does that make sense? This is stuff I'm going to teach you. And then lastly, we're going to talk about network marketing, which is the most powerful way for you to change your life. Dr. Vuong, what's network marketing? It is what the average person calls what? What does the average person call network marketing? Who knows? That's right. They'll say, oh, it's one of those pyramid schemes, Dr. Vuong. Is it one of those pyramid schemes? Dude, your 9-to-5 job is a pyramid scheme. You get that? There's a lot of little worker bees. Let me draw this for you. This is your job, your company. No, it's not even your company because you don't own it. It's your job. Workers. Middle management. Executives. Owner. One owner. One owner, a few executives, a bunch more middlemen, and a bunch of workers. Your job looks a lot like what? A pyramid scheme. Okay? But you can't listen to the average person. The Susie Ormans of the world. They're going to say, hey, work hard, save your money. Which works sometimes. But shit, man, is that the life you really want? If I want latte in my coffee, I pay for latte in my coffee. I don't go without. If I want a nice restaurant, if I want to go on a date, I'm not doing it the Dave Ramsey way. Because your life won't be any different. If you get rid of your debts, which were stupid in the first place, you shouldn't have had them. We can talk about debt too. There's good debt and bad debt. But, okay, you got out of debt. But damn, what type of life do you live? Is that the life you want to live? And nothing wrong with saving for retirement. What's the problem with saving for retirement? One, once you retire, what? You're old. You're 65. It's not even 65 anymore. It's 67 now. And some 67 years old people realize they can't even stop working. They still need the money. Right? And it's not your fault, is my point. It's not your fault. You just got bad information. So we're going to talk about all of these things. And it's all stuff I did. So I'm not like lecturing at you or trying to promote something. I'm telling you exactly what I did to retire 9 years after being $4 million in debt. Sound good? And if you can do this, dude, weight regain is not even an issue. Does that make sense what I'm saying? If you go through the whole personal development, if you start looking at false beliefs, once you start breaking down false money beliefs, who else thinks that you're going to start breaking down other false beliefs you might have? Other limiting beliefs you might have. There's a lot of them, right? When you start breaking down your false beliefs and you start seeing dude, skinny Asian's right. Everything has a price tag. I paid for those tires, these cars, these rims, this purse. I wasted money on that. That little snack food added up, that junk food. My health has a price tag. Going to the doctor, you go to a doctor, you have a copay. You got it out of pocket. You have a deductible. These are all money-related issues. And once we get your grasp around money, then you can really start thinking about different higher-level aspects of your life, right? Like maybe you want to care for your parents who are older. Maybe you've always wanted to buy a house for your mom who took care of you when she was a single mom. Maybe you want to make sure your kids have a college education, right? Maybe you want to go on vacation. Maybe you want a nicer car so you can find the love of your life. You know, maybe you don't want to find the love of your life. Maybe you just want to go to every nightclub in every cool city in the U.S. Maybe you want to go backpacking in Europe. That all takes money, man. Trust me, I had to do the youth hostel thing where you're sleeping in some big room with like 20 other people for $10 a night. And that's fine. I was a college student. I had to do that. But fuck, if I'm going to do that now, I'm not doing that now. Right? And I'm not putting down anybody. Because you remember, I started with nothing. And I'm here to teach you. I'm here to just show you everything I know. Because I want your life to change. I want us to stop talking about calorie counting. Dr. Vuong, tell me about the macros, Dr. Vuong. Yeah, the macros. What do you mean by macros? The big stuff, Dr. Vuong. Well, the big stuff is you're going to die. You think it's protein, fats, and carbs. I'm telling you the big stuff is you're going to die, and nobody's going to remember you. And you're not going to leave your kids much. You're going to die with a lot of regrets. That's the macro stuff. That's the big view. Right? You understand what I'm saying? You're going to die without ever having seen the Eiffel Tower or the pyramids of Egypt because you held on to these false beliefs. And you created this prison, this false prison for yourself. And I'm here to break you out of jail, bitches! Yeah? Next month, we're going to be hitting all of the money opportunities and talk about how obesity and money related. Super important. If you found value in this, tag everybody in your family, all your best friends, all your close relatives to watch this with you for the next month. Change your financial life. Love you guys very much. See you next time. Hi, Dr. Vuong here. If you loved that video, I hope you will check out velocity2020.com. I want to meet you in person. This is my big annual conference in Vegas. It's amazing. It's not just about weight loss surgery, but it's about taking your life up to the next level. You're going to meet the best people, the best speakers, the best audience possible. You're going to really take your life up to the next level. 2020 is all about vision, clarity, and focus. We're going to show you how to find your vision, what you really want to do with your life, get crystal clear, clarity, and then find your laser focus to do what you need to do to have the amazing life that you deserve. Hope to see you there.